Hello and welcome guys to my channel. Today I'm going to go through the 5 steps of ghillie crafting. The first step is choosing your base suit. I'm going to do this in 3 different sort of stages for you guys. I'm going to start off with the low price, then the intermediate price, then the high expensive price. So starting off with the low price guys, we got this Outerdo camo ghillie suit. They retail around £23. What I like about the suit is the colours are quite nice. It's got the loose suit effect, so you got the sort of loose bits of material you can hot glue loose onto. It's quite a nice fabric. You can easily just poke a hole through it, put the cable ties through it, and then attach your leaves that way. And then the second suit, you got this, I believe it's called Loogu 3D leaf suit. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Quite nice colours as well. It's sort of similar to the Noth mountain suit, but a cheaper version. So guys with low budget, these are probably your best 2 options. The only issue I would say with going with a low budget ghillie suit like these is the durability. I'm not sure how good these are because I didn't personally buy them myself. But usually the cheap stuff like this, after a while, it just wears and tears, and it will start falling apart and ripping apart quite easily. So what I would highly recommend for most of you guys is going for the intermediate to higher price ghillie suits. So that's what I'm going to go on to next, which is the one that I love using. I use this one personally. It's the Noth mountain ghillie suit. This one's a nice shade of brown. They do have a green option here as well for you guys, like woodland green with a bit of brown, but usually I tend to always go with a brown ghillie suit as the base. My purpose behind this is I've tried to think of myself as, when I'm crafting, make myself like a tree. So if you think of a tree, usually the base of the tree and also the ground usually has a brown sort of mud dirt colour, and also when the leaves are falling, they usually turn brown in the winter time. So when you lay on the ground, it's sort of blending that way. And then what you tend to do with that is also add the green leaves on top, which sort of use a branch effect, so it gives you like the sort of branches coming off the tree sort of look, and it gives you more of a bush effect. The second price one I'll go for is the MFH Ghillie. I've got the bottoms as these, and I'm currently using at the moment. It's quite nice colours, and with this one it's more of a net material, so you can easily feed the cable ties through the suit. It makes it easier to add your materials on and leaves on. You've also got this sort of loose 3D sort of effect with the material of the leaves. You can see around the hood there, which you can also attach your leaves onto with hot glue or however you want to do it. I'll show you some steps that I use to add in leaves on. Further on, I believe it will be step 4. I'll show you 3 steps that I use and techniques to add leaves to the ghillie suit. This one retails around £70 to £75 on Amazon. Nice suit. Now, moving on to some of the more expensive ones. You can, if you want, get a well-known suit, as everyone knows, the Kicking Mustang Sleimon system. They have got one at sale at the moment, so if you guys still want to get a well-known suit, I would recommend Kicking Mustang. Personally, I don't use it myself, but I had heard good reviews, and guys, when he launches new ones, that you just start like that, so it must be good. Yeah, you got the intermediate price round one here, which retails, I believe that's about £70 as well. Let's have a quick look on it. So yeah, you got the hood there, and you also get the bottom, so you get the full leaf suit. It's quite nice tones in the brown there, and oh, I love how much it pops up. I believe if you look a little bit closer, so you've got air holes, so it's sort of material, but it's not as see-through as the MFH Ghillie suit. That's an issue, I'd say, with the MFH one. When it stretches a little bit, it does get see-through. So I recommend if you buy the MFH one, wear sort of camo underneath as well. Long sleeve camo for the top, and also the long trousers for the bottoms. And going back to the Kick Mustang suit here, I believe also along the arms and certain points to have sort of elastic bands. They can add sort of real foliage to as well, which can help you blend in more with your environment. If you guys have got slightly more money, then you can also go for the more expensive brown version, or if you've just got the green version there, which retailing around £190. To be honest with you, I'm not too sure what the difference is, because you look at this one, and you look at that one as well. I can't really tell the difference. I'm not sure what you get. Slightly different shade tone. It might be better fabric used in it, so it might wear a lot less over time. I'm not sure why there's a difference in price. It does look pretty similar to me. But yeah, these Kicking Mustang Sleimon systems, apparently they're really good Ghillie suits. And I believe this one also has elastic materials around the arms, so you can add real foliage and around the arms, the back, and everything. They give you more of that 3D effect and blend in. Also, you can use Jack Pike Ghillie suits. They are pretty good price. They usually retail around £100. You can get them off Amazon. They are quite nice shape as well. And then for something you got more money and you're kind of not looking to do too much crafting, don't want too much work to do, what you can do is go onto the Longbow site, and they have tailor already made Ghillie suits for you. So you got this one here, the tailored SEG, which uses hairless green materials to give it the 3D leaf effect. And these retail around £310. You can see there it's got hairless greens already added. It's pretty much so the whole Ghillie suit already made for you, so there's not much need to be done to add to that Ghillie suit. So you got that one there, retails for £110, or you got a slightly cheaper version here, which retails for £280 off Longbow. So it depends what you want to do. Usually, guys, I go for the medium price ones, so they're good quality, they don't wear as easily, and then it gives me more money to spend towards the crafting materials. But honestly, guys, it depends what kind of budget you have and how much you want to work around.
Alright guys, so step 2 is when you want to get your crafting materials in your leaves. The leaves that I usually use are these dream colour ones. They're quite light, but you get loads for the price. So only £6.39. You get a massive chain. It's probably about 100 to 150 leaves on there. They're quite nice. They're a fabric material. They're quite hard to dye. They don't really pick up the colours that well. So what I tend to do, I use brown dye, which darkens a little bit, makes it darker, and then just spray paint over the top of them with a little dust in brown, so sort of give it that sort of green to into autumn sort of change. Alright. Also, these ferns are quite nice to buy. They're also fabric material. They're quite cheap as well, £3.53. I tend to order probably 2 lots of those, and you get 2 pieces as well. So for that, you'll get 4 sets of those if you order 2, which will cost you £7. It's not a bad price. You probably get, I think on each single one is about 25-30 ferns leaves. So altogether, if you order a quantity of 2, you'll probably get about 100 fern leaves. They're quite nice to play with, and they do look good. I tend to add them more onto my hat and also onto sort of the back of my chest rig. And they sort of stick out more, and it gives you more sort of 3D burst effect. These unfortunately have gone up in price now thanks to the whole COVID issue. Before they used to be around the same price as these ones, $6.99, but they have gone up now thanks to COVID and inflation prices. These are slightly bigger than the other ones. They're darker. They do pick up spray paint well and dyeing well. Believe get a similar amount on the chain, about 100 to 150 per chain, and they are useful for sort of cutting up larger areas. I tend to use these more on the arms of my ghillie, the legs of my ghillie, also the chest rig as well, sort of cover up any areas that sort of give away my body shape. Now, if you guys got more money, that's sort of the cheaper options for you there. If you want to sort of keep your budget low for ghillie crafting, the more expensive option, if you got the money, are these sneaky leaves. A lot of people go on about these, saying they're amazing, they're good toes, they don't wear easily, even bad wet conditions they still stay well, the leaves don't peel off, and you get quite nice different tone colours. You can see there you got different shades of green, you got the nice shade of browns for the autumn colour leaves. And the good thing about all these leaves, you can't really see it on these chain ones, but on the sneaker leaves, you look a bit closer there, where you got this sort of stem, where it connects 2 leaves together. It's got a little hole in a loop, and you can easily feed a cable tie through that and tie it off to add the leaves onto your suit. Just coming onto the type of cable ties you want. I tend to order a few packs of these nylon ones. They're great, nice brown colour. They're not too big. You can use them to make sort of branch effect, or just tie these on with a little loop, which I'll show you the different techniques that I use to add in. At least in my step 3, step 4, I'll show you different techniques I use to add in these onto the ghillie suit. And then, lastly but not least, you probably will want different sort of eye dye to dye your leaves. I tend to go sort of brown colour, or maybe go a bit dark green from one sort of different texture of greens. And then I tend to buy some spray paint as well from Halfords, sort of nice browns and tan spray paints. You can get some darker green as well, and just gently dust them over. That is step 2 of leaves for you, and the sort of materials you want. Also, actually, you can get raffia. You can get that from any sort of crafting shop, or you can order off Amazon as well. Yeah, it doesn't cost you that much. You can probably get a good fair few meters of raffia for about £3. You just want to cut off little strands of raffia and just tie around the leaves. Part 3, guys, will be dyeing and toning the leaves. So, got some iPod dye. Just letting add this into the warm water. Add that. Now let's add the dye intensifier, or as they call it, the colour intensifier. A whole sachet of this in it. Squeeze all that out. Yeah, best to make sure you're wearing gloves for this, guys, unless you want to get your fingers dirty. Okay, put it on the side, stir this up. Let's get this nice. Stir it up and dark. Looks like it's all dissolved. And then, guys, add your leaves. Let's add some of the ferns in there as well. Let's put some of these to the bottom. Stir it all up. More. Stir these ones up as well. I would say you probably want to leave these in it for a good few hours to soak up the dye. The good thing about this dye is that it is used for fabric, which these leaves are nicely made of, so it should soak up the brown colours quite well. Some people say to leave it overnight, it's a matter of opinion. I'm going to leave these for a few hours and see how they do. You can always keep them coming back every couple of hours, see what they look like, and then you think they need a bit longer, just leave them in there. There we go. That is step 2 for you guys. Step 3, sorry, for you guys. Yeah, gonna leave them in there for a couple of hours, keep on checking every 2 hours, see what they look like, and in the end leave them out for dry for a little bit. They should be a nice sort of brown autumn sort of leaf colour. Okay guys, so step 4, once you have dyed your leaves to the colour that you're satisfied with, you want to start attaching the leaves to your ghillie suit. There's 2 different techniques that I tend to use for when attaching leaves to my ghillie suit. The first one is a simple loop, so thread cable tie through the material like so. Add the leaves. I usually tend to make like a 4-leaf clover shape of these. Make a 4-leaf clover like so. And let's tie it off. I would try and keep the shape, so spread that one out actually. Put it there, spread it out. And tie off so like so, so it looks like that.
The other technique is one that my mate showed me. Most of you guys probably use this technique. It's probably one of the better techniques. It's called the branch effect. So you want to poke the cable tie through the material. You can add some leaves like so. So I'm going to add the 4 leaves. And what you're going to want to do is make it like a branch effect. So you get another cable tie. I've got to remember which way not to lock this. I believe it's this way. So I'm going to lock it. Yeah. Put one on that way and one on the opposite way. This one should lock against the teeth. Just move that down, and that one locks against the teeth. So it's not locked against. There we go. So that's locked against the teeth. You make like a branch effect like so. And then you just want to get some scissors, cut the stems off these, and feed the holes through, like so. And do it to the bottom one as well. Just cut that a little bit off. So guys, this can be a little bit fiddly. There we go. And that's the branch technique there. And you can also add a leaf to the top like so if you want. So let's grab one more. Feed that through. Oh, come on. Depending on the material, sometimes it is easier to get a simple pin and just pin a hole through them. But these ones aren't too bad to push the cable tie through, make a hole. Alright, so then with the spare leaf that you got, you just want to cut some bits off it, then hot glue it onto the plastic bits like that, just to cover up the bit of brown. So hot glue guns there. Let's just cut little patches off. A bit of hot glue. This should be warm enough now. And just glue it on like so. Also, you want to be careful with using hot glue, because I have burnt myself a few times. And kids, if you're under the age of, let's say 16, please make sure you got adult supervision whilst doing this. I don't want any accidents. Okay. Glue that on like so. So yeah, those are probably the two simplest methods of adding leaves, and you just want to keep on going around your ghillie suit using the two different techniques and try and fill up as many gaps as possible. Another step I would suggest, which I will show you on later, is once you've added a few leaves and you're happy, see how it looks. If you've got a coat hanger, ones that you used for hanging up trousers, hang it somewhere high, like a little hook somewhere, just so you can see what it looks like dangling down. Just go around the ghillie, have a good look, and where you see gaps, just fill them in. And the third technique you guys can use if you want to add some leaves to it is grab 2 leaves like this, and then where you got the fake leaves on your ghillie sticking off, just dab some hot glue, and then you can scrunch the leaves over like so, and dab them on. And you might want to do it to 2 just so it's a bit more secure. Leave that and dab that on. That way it's a little bit more secure and it just sort of dangles freely along. You can do that all over. You want to try and also sometimes scrunch the leaves a little bit to give it a bit more texture. Okay. Just like that. Glue them on. You want to be careful not to burn yourself while doing that. Can't happen. So you can either do that technique by gluing at the top part of the leaf and folding it over, or you can do it from the centre. It's up to you how you guys want to do this really. So yeah, do one from the centre for you, just so you know what it looks like. So from the centrepiece, just move that one out of the way. Dab a bit of hot glue and just fold that over like so, and then push that down to secure it. And that's what it looks like from the centre. And it gives you that sort of 3D bushy leaf effect. Then once you guys cut it enough and you're happy, these leaves, they're okay, but I'll probably go over a bit of dusty and spray paint outside just to give it sort of that autumn brown colour and just take a bit more of the shine off. And once you've done that, you're pretty much done. So yeah, like some of these older leaves here, it's a little bit of dust and spray paint to darken them off. And you can also add a bit of raffia as well if you want around the cable ties. Up like I have here, then you can have a good look around, get a good idea of which bits are missing, you need to add it up more. And then also whilst you're outside, you can use it inside, but on this outside I'm gonna spray paint it. Just little dashes just to darken the leaves and take off a bit of the shine. Just want to quickly go around. Quick little dashes like that, and just to darken the leaf and take off a bit of the extra shine. You don't want to do them all because Obviously you're gonna need a little bit of green in there. Yeah, quick light dusting like that helps, like I said, take off the shine. It gives it that sort of, where it turns a bit to autumn, you get that sort of green to brown look. Hey, just break up the colour a little bit more. Okay, that's starting to look good. There you go, guys. That is pretty much how to build your ghillie suit. Once you're done, step 5 is the fun part. Put it all on and try out in action, guys, and get those sneaky kills. Got him! I got him through both windows! Oh my god, what a sexy shot that was!